Great. Okay, so you are here to learn about essential oils. And by the end of this, you'll know what essential oils are, how to choose the highest quality oils, and how to use those oils safely and effectively in your home, and my top 10 must-have oils, plus my secrets to getting those oils for the absolute cheapest price. So I guess a little introduction is in order. Like I said, I am Shanna. My husband and I, we started Halfway Holistic for people like us that want to live a more natural, healthy life, but we still love pizza, and we don't want to feel like we are killing our kids if we don't make our own toothpaste. So this is a shame-free zone. We work with people all over the spectrum when it comes to lifestyles. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all of those things, right? And also subscribe to our blog. We do weekly posts and essential oil posts. And we would love to be able to share those with you so that you can learn how to use your oils in some creative ways. So just go to the website, halfwayholistic.com, and you'll find all of our social media sites and how you can subscribe to the blog. So let's talk about wellness from plants. Really, where did that originate from? So I think we all know that this is from the beginning of time, from creation. Plants were created with an intelligent design for us to work with our bodies. Now, usually we think about that as food, right? We've been eating, this has been our sustenance from the beginning. And so it's also important to keep in mind, though, that plants have been used for their therapeutic benefits from the beginning of time as well. I talked to somebody the other day who talked about how their mom used to boil eucalyptus leaves to help with respiratory health when they weren't feeling well when they lived in the Philippines. And it's just nothing new, really. But for some reason, it's all of a sudden becoming more popular to use plants to support your health. And so the question is really why? Why are natural solutions becoming more popular? And I think there's a few reasons, and you may have your thoughts on this that you want to share with me in the chat box. But here's what I know is I know that the US, we are number one in trauma care, but we are really not great at preventative care. We spend almost $3 trillion a year on healthcare in the US, but our nation really isn't healthier. In fact, everything's on the rise: cancer, diabetes, heart disease, all on the rise. And so we're all kind of starting to wake up and reach for a way to support our bodies naturally. And I don't think that is, I don't think that's unusual when what we're doing isn't working and we try and find a better way. And this is not, for us, it's not an either or. Modern medicine is really, really fantastic. We have benefited from it multiple times. I had a high-risk pregnancy, so we definitely needed modern medicine during that time, but you better believe if we're in a car accident, we're going to rush to the nearest trauma center. We are so grateful for that. But essential oils and natural solutions, as we're learning more about them and the science and research is really advancing, we're starting to see their effectiveness being proved in the medical community and in science and research. And so it's really starting to open everybody's eyes to what plants and other natural solutions can do for us and how they can support our bodies in our wellness routine. So let me tell you just a little bit about my story. That's me and my husband, our 2-year-old little boy, and our teenage niece that we adopted. And my story starts out way before any of them came into the picture. When I was in high school, I had some pretty severe stomach problems. I got put on some medication, and I was on that for quite a few years and then determined that I was just going to get off of this. I didn't want to be on it. I knew that there were side effects that I wasn't happy or pleased with. And so I went to my doctor and just said, hey, I'd like to get off of this. And he said, nope, that's not how it works. You'll be on this for life. And I just couldn't believe it. I believed that my body could heal. I knew if I cut my hand, my body could heal itself without me doing anything to it. So I wanted to believe my digestive system could do the same. So I went on a search for alternative solutions. And that's when I got introduced to herbal medicine. And I got on a protocol where I was taking a ton of pills a day. I was spending more money on those than I was on my prescriptions. And although it was really helping support my digestive system, it was just not something that I could maintain. It wasn't easy. And at that point, I was, single, didn't have kids or a husband, to take up some of my time either. And it still felt really difficult. And so I got off of that protocol and just kind of said, I'll just try and do things just by eating better and not taking medication. And I was generally pretty healthy. I was pretty young. But then I got pregnant and all of that just went away. My immune system was completely shot. I was constantly feeling sick. I was dealing with back discomfort, just everything that you can imagine was happening. And so it was about that time that a friend called and said, hey, there's this class going on in your neighborhood. This expert's coming in to teach about essential oils, and I really want you to come. And I kind of was like, if this is a party, I don't do parties. Like, this is not for me. She was like, no, that's not what it is. You're into natural health. This is going to be something you really love. Please come. So I went to that just as a total skeptic and really didn't pay much attention in the class, but they passed around this oil called Deep Blue and said, if you're experiencing any discomfort, like back discomfort or muscle discomfort, why don't you just rub this on and see if it helps? And I applied that to my back. My back was aching a little bit just due to pregnancy, and I applied that to my back and I felt relief within 10 minutes. And so of course, being the person I am, I was just like, I don't care what you're selling, I'll buy it. We'll just see if it works. So I bought a starter package and brought it home. My husband thought it was absolutely crazy. But we just committed to using them. We committed to trying essential oils first before anything else and learning more about them and just gradually starting using them more in our home. We even used them on our dog and for cleaning. And the results were so amazing. They were just life-changing for us. I can't imagine what our life was like before we had essential oils and doTERRA in our life. And what happened is we couldn't help but share, because when you experience something that's that life-changing, you just start telling other people about it. And little did I know that that would end up being a career for both of us. My husband was a middle school teacher and now works from home with me. So we get to work together and raise our kids together and help people change their lives and improve their health. And it's just been a really incredible journey for us. But I think the question you're wondering is like, okay, that's great for you, but why would I use essential oils? And I think it's different for everybody. So some people just want a healthier family, and some people want more energy or to bring their body back into balance. A lot of you guys are thinking about, the toxins that are in your home, and you want safer products. The question is really, what's your story? How can natural solutions impact your life today? What difference can they make in your life today? And so that's something that, we'll kind of figure out as we go, but it's good for you to just take a moment to think about that. Think about where you want to see improvement in your life and in your health for your family. So let's get into a little bit of the background on essential oils and start talking a little bit about the science. I won't dig too deep into that, but essential oils are natural aromatic compounds that are found in plants and distilled for just a ton of health benefits. And so what you'll see here is a peppermint leaf on the left, and then a magnified version of that in the middle, and that's an oil sac on the peppermint leaf. So essential oils aren't something we create from plants. They already exist, just like we have oil on our skin, or if you touch a rose petal, you can smell the oil on your hand. That's the scent that you have on your hand after you touch a rose petal. It already exists. We are just trying to distill that. And so when we do that, we get a really concentrated, more potent oil, and it's about 50, 70 times more powerful than its herbal counterpart. So to give you an example of that, 1 drop of peppermint is equal to about 28 cups of peppermint tea. That is a lot of peppermint tea. And 1 drop goes a really long way, if you can imagine. So it's great because these end up being just pennies per drop because you're only using a drop at a time, and there's about 250 drops in a bottle. So let's talk specifically about peppermint. I just said 1 drop is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So just just amuse me for a moment, just wherever you are. I don't care if you're at work or in the car. I'm just kidding. Whatever you're doing, I want you to imagine right now that I've put a drop of peppermint oil in your hand, and you're kind of rubbing that together in your hands, and you're going to take a moment to just really deeply inhale that aroma of 28 cups of peppermint tea. And you can feel it cooling your respiratory system, rub it on the back of your neck, and you can feel it easing some tension, and really just helping you be awake and alert. And so peppermint is obviously a great oil for respiratory function. It's also good for digestive health. Everybody talks about drinking peppermint tea if you have a little upset tummy. We use it to freshen our breath. You can make your own mouthwash. You can add it to your toothpaste. We use what's called peppermint beadlets, but it's just a little third of a drop of peppermint that we can bust open that little capsule in our mouth to freshen our breath, which is really great. And it's also really cooling to the body. So we like to use it, like if you're on the golf course, or maybe you're just out with the kids at the park and it's a hot day, just put a drop and apply it to the back of your neck, and it will provide a cooling sensation that lasts for a while. But generally, peppermint's fantastic for keeping you alert. Great to keep by the bed. Get a good whiff of that first thing in the morning to help you get out of bed when you're just kind of dragging. So this is a question that I get asked a lot is, okay, grape, they smell wonderful, but are they effective? And the reality is that's really no longer a question. The science is there that's proving that these essential oils work fast and they are very effective. They go to work in our bodies to impact our bodies, at the cellular level. But ultimately, I can tell you this all day long, but it really comes down to your experience, right? The proof is in the pudding. And so that's why I'm here just giving you an overview so that you can get oils into your home and give them a try for yourself and experience them yourself. I wish you were here in person so that you could experience them. But that's it. So ultimately, it comes down to your experience, because no matter what the science says, at the end of the day, we all know this, until we experience it for ourselves, we won't believe it. So let's talk about how essential oils work. So they work with our bodies because plants and humans are made up of similar building blocks intentionally from intelligent design, right? So our bodies recognize these essential oils as safe, and they know what to do with them so that they can go to work in our body immediately in various ways, depending on what the needs are of our body at the time. And it works the same way as food. Your body knows how to digest food. It knows how to absorb those nutrients and utilize it for your good in your body. Whereas if we put something synthetic in our body, whether that be, a synthetic fragrance that, we've just sprayed onto our body, or maybe it's a medication that we're taking, sometimes we'll get reactions and side effects to that because our body isn't familiar with that chemical compound. And so it just sort of tries to fight it off and reject it. And that's where side effects come from. And so speaking of chemical compounds, it's important to realize that there are hundreds of active compounds in every drop of essential oil, which means that one drop of oil is used in the body for so many things. Like we just talked about with peppermint, there's multiple uses for peppermint because there's not just one active ingredient per se in that drop of oil. There's plenty of active chemical compounds that all have a unique purpose and function in our body. And so what I love about this is even if I don't choose the exact right oil for my son because he's 2 and he can't always quite communicate what his needs are, I know that it's going to do good in his body, and I know that it's going to support his body. So that to me, every time I apply a drop of oil on my family or myself, I know that it's doing good. And I just love that about essential oils. It's very empowering to me to feel capable and equipped to use these oils to support my family's health in a way that isn't very intimidating. So essential oils, they actually work on a cellular level. And so, we are bombarded with threats on a daily basis. If you're a mom or, a dad and you've got a child that's in daycare or at school, you know how many germs they encounter on a daily basis. Or, we work with a lot of nurses that are working in the medical field, are constantly bombarded with threats. And so these oils, they work on a cellular level to help support the immune system. And so a strong immune system is so important to health. And so because these oils work on a cellular level, they work really closely with our body, they're able to support and boost the immune system, which is really, really great for overall wellness. My favorite part about how essential oils work is that they address the root cause. So they're not about masking symptoms, but really it's about bringing your body back into balance so that it can function at an optimal level. We want to support the body so that it can do what it was made to do naturally. The body was made to heal itself when it gets injured or out of balance. We talk about if you get a cut on your hand, your body will naturally immediately start to heal that. So when our body gets out of balance, it becomes harder for our body to do what it was made to do naturally. And so what we want to do is help restore balance in the body and to support wellness overall so that our body can function, our immune system, all of these things can function at an optimal level. So let's talk a minute about On Guard. This, if you are familiar at all with essential oils, you have heard probably about this blend. This blend is proprietary to doTERRA, and it supports the immune system in an incredible way. What it's going to do is it's going to help protect against environmental threats. This is one that is a must-have for everybody. Unless you are just a recluse and you're in your home all the time, this is an oil that you need. And we actually make a lot of items with it. We make a cleansing spray for our home or on the go. We actually use it to spray down the handles of our shopping cart, or the counter at a restaurant, or the table at a restaurant we're about to eat. We use it to make homemade hand soap, and just so many different things that we use this for because of its ability to support the immune system and to support the body's antioxidant defenses. And so it goes to work in incredible ways, and it really helps protect our family. So this is one that you definitely want to have. If you're not one who likes to make a lot of things, just know that doTERRA does a great job of giving us products that are infused with essential oils that are natural and safe and toxin-free for our family. So they really give you the option of, hey, I don't want to make this, I'm just going to buy it. Great, go ahead. Or you can make it like we do. So lots of options there, but this On Guard blend, it's a fantastic one. We can't keep it in stock when winter is here and people are just concerned about environmental threats. So you definitely want to have a bottle or two of this one on hand. So let's talk about why CPTG doTERRA essential oils. So when I started using essential oils, remember, I was pregnant and I had become really painfully aware of how everything I was putting in and on my body was impacting this life that was growing inside of me. So I was determined to choose products that came from companies I could trust and that were natural and safe for me to use. And so I did my research to choose the highest quality and the safest essential oil. And that's what we get with doTERRA. So there is no regulation in the industry. So doTERRA created a certification. It's called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Essential Oil. And what that means is that you can be confident in what you're getting and that this oil has been verified pure and safe by a third party. And so to give you just an idea of why that's important, let's talk about the grades of essential oils. So you have essential oils in your home right now. You encounter them on a daily basis. It may be the lavender scent in your laundry detergent. It may be the rose scent in your cosmetics that you're using, or your perfume, your deodorant, your Glade plug-in. All of those are what people would say are essential oils, but really this is synthetic. It's a man-made fragrance trying to mimic an essential oil. And this is what you want to avoid because it's a synthetic. Everything we put on our body, even like the fragrance in our cosmetics, eventually ends up in our bloodstream and in our body. So it's important to keep that in mind. But this is what a lot of people have reactions to. People say, oh, I can't do fragrance, or I get headaches, or I'm allergic to this. It's the synthetic version. So the next grade up from that is food grade. And this is what you would find like the lemon in your salad dressing or the cinnamon in your gum. It's safe to use in really small doses. There's no therapeutic benefit here at all. It's specifically for flavoring. The next grade up from that is therapeutic grade, and this is what you would find at like a health food store, even Walmart and Amazon. They now sell essential oils, but remember, there's no regulation, so they can actually say 100% pure on their bottle, and there's not even essential oils in there. It doesn't matter. It's completely unregulated. So what's happening is, as places like Walmart come out with essential oils, they're being tested by third-party laboratories, and it's showing that it's just filled with synthetics and contaminants, and corn oil with synthetic peppermint fragrance in it is not peppermint essential oil by any means. And so these oils are really not effective, and in some ways they might be doing more harm than good. So doTERRA, developing this certified pure therapeutic grade standard, that's how they became the largest essential oil company in the world, because they basically set the bar for industry standards for a safe and effective essential oil. And they did that 3 ways: through purity, potency, and people. So let's talk a little bit about purity. So all of doTERRA's oils are tested 5 different ways at 3 different points in the process by a third party. And this third-party testing is to the absolute highest standard. So there's no contaminants, synthetics, pesticides, or impurities in these essential oils. And so what we get is the purest essential oil on the market that you can trust to use on your baby the day that they were born, like I did with my son. So from the potency perspective, this comes down to how doTERRA sources, and they do it like no other company has ever done before. So what doTERRA did is they looked and said, okay, where are these oils naturally grown? And we want to source them around the world where they're naturally grown. And the reason being is that the soil, the climate, the elevation, it all comes into play, and it's very important to the potency of the plant. So think about it this way: I can grow lavender in my backyard, but lavender in my backyard is not anywhere close to equal to lavender in France. It's just a different chemical compound that comes with that, a different potency. And so they do global sourcing to get the best potency. But, when I first heard that, I kind of was like, oh my gosh, are they just going in and buying up the land in all these areas and putting the small man out of business? My husband's family, they're North Dakota farmers. And so I know, like, it's dear to me to support local farms. And so what they do is actually they partner with local growers, and they take advantage of their generational knowledge. And on top of that, they provide a fair wage, they provide consistent work, and they support that local economy in a big way. So they're not buying farms, they're partnering with farms that already exist, helping them form cooperatives so they can invest in their people and in better equipment. And what's happening is that these farmers and growers around the world, they want to partner with doTERRA because of the way they're doing this co-impact sourcing. And that means that almost 100% of doTERRA essential oils are exclusive to doTERRA, because those growers in that region won't grow for anybody else because of the way that they are treated with doTERRA and the way that doTERRA supports their local economy. And this is happening so much that Forbes actually just interviewed the leaders of doTERRA to talk to them about how they have been able to impact poverty around the world using this co-impact sourcing model. So you would think that would be my favorite part of doTERRA, but this takes the cake for me. doTERRA works with a lot of third world and developing nations because of where the plants are indigenously grown. And so they recognized a need, and instead of just letting it sit there, they met that need. So they gave almost $2 million in 1 year towards education and infrastructure and health in some of these communities that you're working in. They have this nonprofit called Healing Hands, where they build long-term partnerships that lead to really sustainable communities. So they're teaching people to fish, right? They're not giving handouts. They're partnering with them. They're providing these resources that are improving their communities in an incredible way, and developing the skills and the health of the people in those areas. And I get asked a lot, people say, well, you're so loyal to doTERRA. What if another company created an oil that was just as pure as doTERRA and was $20 $20 cheaper. And I just say, no, I would still buy doTERRA because of how they go about doing things. It aligns with my mission and vision in an incredible way. And those are the kind of companies that I want to partner with and that I want to support. So let's talk about frankincense. Frankincense is grown in Somalia, which is an area where doTERRA is partnered and doing a lot of work. But this is one of the most commonly contaminated and adulterated and faked oils out there because it's hard to get. The right species is really hard to find, but it has a myriad of health benefits, so much so that they call it the king of all oils. So it's one that we use every day. We actually keep it by our toothpaste and put 1 to 2 drops right under our tongue to get it into our system. And the reason is because it promotes a healthy inflammatory response, and inflammation causes a lot of issues in the body, from diseases, but really pain, is something that comes from inflammation. So being able to support a healthy inflammatory response is really important to us, and it supports healthy cellular function as well, which helps promote brain health. We can use it topically to promote relaxation and help balance out moods. And this is one that even is really fantastic for skin. So I actually use it on a couple of spots that I have that are just, not appealing. But I'll put it in with my lotion and apply it to my face with the lotion that I'm using. doTERRA actually has a skincare line that has frankincense incorporated in it, but you can just add it to your lotion that you use at night and apply it that way as well. So let's take a second and pause, and let's just think about your personal wellness goals before we go into too much detail on usage. So I want you to think about your health concerns. How have they impacted your life? What have they cost you? Time, money, joy, energy. How has it impacted your ability to enjoy your life? And just think about what vibrant health would look like for you and your family, and how healthy living and incorporating essential oils into your life could impact your family, right? Think about how you see yourself using oils the most. Maybe it's to support wellness. Maybe it's for your skin, or just because you want to be able to use them in the laundry room for toxin-free, laundry or cleaning, right? So let's take just a little bit of an awkward pause. I know this is weird, especially being on a webinar, but I do want you to have a moment to think. And so we're just going to take a second and just think about these things. Okay, so I know that was not long enough. Take some time to really think about that after we get done with this call, I hope. But again, so much to cover, so we need to get going. Before we get started in the details, more details of essential oils, I want to take a moment and just recognize that essential oils are not the end-all be-all of health. And these are really the fundamentals of a healthy lifestyle. So everything that we do in our life is either feeding or fighting disease. And so we just want to talk for a second about the things that really fight disease. And that starts with eating right. And look, I get it. I am a busy mom on a budget. So I understand that eating right can be so hard, especially for those of you who are working and trying to take care of kids. And it's just hard to do. But we want to try and concentrate on that. The food we put in our body is fuel to our body. And so we want to try and make healthy choices, about 80% of the time, right? I'm a big fan of pizza and ice cream, so I get that it's not about perfection. It's really about progress. But just keep that in mind. The vitamins and minerals that we feed to our body are just essential to our body being able to function at an optimal level. The next one up is exercise. It's my least favorite to talk about because it's my least favorite to do, but this is really just about movement, right? You hear people all the time say, park a little bit further away from the door at the grocery store, take the steps. All of those things really do help support a healthy lifestyle. Just make sure you're up and moving. Resting and managing stress. This is so hard for us in our culture because we are just overworked and overcommitted. So learning the art of saying no well, I think is really good. Having a set bedtime, which I am probably the worst at. My husband is fantastic at that. And then managing stress. I love doTERRA has 2 oils Serenity and Balance, which are two very relaxing blends, which I love mixing with some Epsom salt and taking a nice hot long bath to help manage my stress. Reducing toxic load. Again, this just comes with awareness. So there's a great website, ewg.org, where you can actually look up the toxicity of the different products in your house and how do they rate on a scale of 0 to 10 or A to F. And just what I tell people is don't freak out and just think, oh my gosh, everything I do is toxic, because you might find that to be true. But just as you get rid of something, you finish using that laundry detergent, look up online to find a safer choice and just start replacing what you're using with something that's safer to help reduce the toxic load in your home and ultimately in your body. If we don't take care of these 4 things below the line, then we kind of move into healthcare, and that's the informed self-care, which is what you're doing now. You are taking time to invest in your health and really look at what the alternatives are that are out there for supporting your health well. And I encourage you to continue to research other alternatives too. And then proactive medical care, getting your regular checkups and knowing what your levels are and all of those sorts of things. It's just really important for us to know our bodies, to know when we're out of balance, and to do what we can to support our bodies on a daily basis. So I want to talk about nutrients and minerals again, because remember we just talked about how food is the foundation of that wellness pyramid. Well, experts pretty much all agree that our diet alone isn't enough. The food that we eat just lacks the key vitamins and minerals that we need. And a lot of this comes down to the fact that, nowadays we don't crop rotate like we used to. So the soil doesn't quite have time to replenish the nutrients that these plants need to grow nutritious and healthy food. And then we also often pick that plant so that it's not ripe yet, right? It's not ripening on the vine. It's ripening on the way to the store. And all of that takes away from the vitamins and minerals. And so what doTERRA did is they looked at the American diet and they studied it and they said, okay, here's the American diet. Here is our body and what it needs to function at an optimal level. Let's see if we can help get us there. Let's just meet that optimum level. Let's not create these mega vitamins, because too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing. But let's just give our body what it needs to function optimally. And so that is how the Lifelong Vitality Pack came to be. And I will tell you, when I first heard about these, I was just a skeptic. I was so hesitant to use them. But my husband started using them, and he was a teacher, and he stopped taking his nap after school. The man napped every day when he would come home. He stopped taking that nap. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I started taking those supplements that you bought and never used. And of course, being a busy nursing mom and waking up in the middle of the night, being exhausted all the time, I was like, I have got to start taking these. And I did. I got permission to take them. They function really well as sort of a prenatal. So I started taking those. My energy levels just totally shifted. I just felt like I had sustained energy throughout the day. And for me, the biggest thing with these is my digestive system has never been more regulated. And that for somebody who used to have severe stomach problems, having a regulated digestive system is really life-changing for me in a way that I can't even begin to explain to you how that's given me quality of life. And so I don't go a day without these. If I do, I notice it pretty quickly if I haven't taken them, because my energy levels are not what I expect them to be. But so let me just explain these really quick. You have MVP, which is your 22 vitamins and minerals with 12 servings of fruits and vegetables. This is what you would consider an A to Z vitamin, but most A to Z vitamins are completely synthetic and our body struggles to absorb them. These are whole food based. So again, it's bioavailable. Your body knows what to do with it. It's going to absorb a maximum amount of nutrients and minerals. The next one is your omega, and this is your omega-3 fatty acids. And this promotes healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function. And I was actually just reading an article about how important this is for pregnant moms to be taking omegas as well. And the great part about this is a lot of omegas are full of toxins because fish is full of toxins. And this is not the case with doTERRA's. It's going to be free of those impurities. That one actually also contains 9 different essential oils, which I love. It's essential oils that help your digestive system and your overall cellular function. They're so important for us to get regularly. This last one is alpha CRS plus, and this is going to help protect our cells against oxidative stress. And what happens is our cells get so sluggish because of all the things they're bombarded with in a day. And what happens is it helps cleanse those, right? And it supports mental clarity and function. And just to kind of put it in words we can all understand, you know that 3 o'clock slump that you get where you think you need another cup of coffee? Alpha CRS plus, that is my fighter for the 3 o'clock slump. And so let me just tell you, this is doTERRA's #1 selling product for a reason. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee for a reason, because they know you're not going to use it, right? Because you're going to love these. And I just tell everybody, if you do one thing after this, start taking these supplements, because you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose at all. The only thing you have is to gain better health and more energy. And so why wait 3 months to see if these are going to be life-changing for you? Get them right away, start them. And like I said, if in 30 days you don't feel like you have better health and more energy, that's fine. Just get your money back from doTERRA. No harm, no foul. But you are absolutely going to love these, and they are so foundational. Everybody needs to be on a multivitamin. So why not take a really, really quality one from a company that you know that you trust and can support? So let's talk about the 3 ways to use essential oils. So the first way is aromatically. So you can inhale the oil out of your hand, out of the bottle, or you can use a diffuser, which helps get the oil with some water vapor into the air so that multiple people can experience it. Aromatic use is great for mood management. So, just like when you walk into a department store and you smell like Chanel #9 and you're like, oh my gosh, my grandma wore that. Or you recognize that memory before you ever realize you've smelled anything. And so this is great for managing mood. It helps eliminate impurities in the air. Of course, it supports healthy breathing as well. And it's just a toxin-free air freshener. I actually love diffusing citrus oils before people come over to create the illusion that I just cleaned my home, when we all know that I didn't. It works great for that. Topically is another way that we use essential oils. Remember, 1 drop is really all that you need in most cases, sometimes even less. But this is an area that people get a little concerned. Oh, where do I apply them? When in doubt, just apply to the bottoms of your feet. That oil is going to get into your bloodstream. It's going to nourish your whole body. If you want to, use common sense, and you can apply to troubled areas. So if you're experiencing a little bit of indigestion, you can apply to your stomach. If you're experiencing some muscle aches after running, apply to your legs. And just use common sense in that area. Head tension, apply across the forehead. But when in doubt, just apply to the bottoms of the feet. That's also a great place to apply for kids, because we can put it on their feet and then put some socks on to keep their hands out of it. We do that, and down the spine for children. Those are really our 2 areas that we apply for kids until they learn that they shouldn't be putting their hands in it, right? Because we want to keep those oils out of our eyes. A lot of times we need to dilute oils with a carrier oil. Sounds really complicated, but it's just coconut oil or olive oil, whatever you have. And what that does is it helps spread that oil out on our skin, so that an oil like peppermint that may be a little hot for people who have sensitive skin, it reduces that for them. And so we'll talk more about that whenever you get your oils, and we'll talk about how to dilute and the specifics around that. But just know that mixing with coconut oil is a great way to apply topically. The third way, and this is just for doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. I'm going to repeat that again. It is just for CPTG essential oils. Trust me, I know from experience, I ended up, for lack of better terms, vomiting on the floor after taking an essential oil internally before I was introduced to doTERRA. So only for those oils. What this does is it helps nourish the digestive system and your endocrine system. It's very cleansing to your body. Lots of ways that you can do this. You can take them in a capsule, one that you make yourself, or maybe a pre-made one that doTERRA offers. Just put it under your tongue, like I mentioned with the frankincense, or even put it into your beverage. So I love putting a couple drops of lemon into my glass of water during the day. I like wild orange in my smoothies. The key thing is just make sure that you're drinking out of glass or stainless steel. Oils and plastics don't really mix. So just keep that in mind, but lots of different ways that you can use oils internally, depending on what you're using them for. Really easy to tell if you can take an essential oil internally. What you want to look for is that supplement facts box, just like a box of Cheerios. If you see that, you can take the oil internally. And I know some of this usage details can be a little confusing. Just know I'm here to help. Once you get your order in, we'll be supporting you with additional resources and helping you talk about how to use oils for your specific needs, whether that's internally or topically or aromatically. So we'll sort of navigate that with you. So let's talk about some more essential oils. So Breathe Respiratory Blend is one that we use in our home on a regular basis. So it has eucalyptus and peppermint and cardamom in it, and maintains feelings of clear airways and easy breathing, as you can imagine. It's great when seasonal and environmental threats are high, especially in the spring. You can diffuse it at bedtime for a restful night's sleep. Now, let me just tell you, my husband puts this under his nose at night, and the bedroom is much more peaceful and quiet, and I sleep much, much better when this is applied under his nose at night. But this is also one that I actually love to mix with some Epsom salt, even with some lavender as well. Really invigorating vapor that you can get from that can really support relaxing breathing and healthy respiratory function. Deep Blue is one that we use topically a lot. We keep this next to our bed because I think you don't realize how sore you are until you hit the bed. It has that icy hot, soothing and cooling effect. It's great for muscles and joints before or after exercise, or maybe you're just experiencing some discomfort for whatever reason. Rub onto those tense areas to get some relief. Lemon. This is an essential oil a lot of people start with, but they're not quite sure how to use it other than putting a couple drops in their water, to make their water taste great, right? But it's cleansing to the body, and it's cleansing to the air and surfaces. So we use this for cleaning a lot. Just 10 drops of lemon essential oil in a 4-ounce glass spray bottle. Shake it up and spray it on. We're cleaning all different sorts of surfaces. You can mix it with something like an olive oil to polish your furniture, but ultimately lemon is just really uplifting and energizing. It's great to diffuse during the day, like I said, before people come over. We keep lemon in the kitchen because I'm going to put it in my water. I'm going to add a couple drops to my dishwasher when I'm doing the dishes. And I'm going to use it whenever I have stuff stuck on my stove that I can't get off. It's really great at breaking down grease and even getting rid of sticky gunk. You might have sticky residue on something. And I'm going to diffuse it. If I burn something in the kitchen, which isn't unusual, when people come over or I'm cooking something that stinks, I'll diffuse lemon to help get rid of that nasty smell. Lavender is another really common oil. You guys probably know lavender is very calming. It's calming to the mind. It's calming to the skin. And that's going to help promote restful sleep just by applying to the bottom of your feet before you go to bed, or a lot of people like to rub it on their pillow. Can help calm anxious feelings throughout the day. But it's really great for skin irritation. So you're going to use this in the summer, especially when your kids forget to apply bug spray or sunscreen. Lavender is going to be your best friend. It's great, like I said, for Epsom salt baths. And we actually use this on dryer balls. So we don't use dryer sheets because they're generally pretty toxic. So we bought wool dryer balls. You can get them on Amazon or make your own. And you just put a couple drops of lavender on there and throw a few dryer balls in to help freshen your laundry. And it's wonderful. It's a great non-toxic way to scent your laundry. Melaleuca, which you guys probably know more commonly as tea tree oil, promotes healthy complexion. It's really great to put on, little issues that you're having on your face before you go to bed. It's great for any sort of skin irritation because it's really cleansing to the skin. Supports healthy scalp. So people like to put 10 drops of Melaleuca in their shampoo and their kids' shampoo to support a healthy scalp. A lot of shampoos out there are considered to be tea tree shampoos, usually synthetic tea tree oil. So this is a way to get it naturally. It's just very purifying in general. It's great immune support as well. We use this a lot. On Silas as a baby because babies, they're just always getting something that they need, something weird going on, and they need support for their skin and their scalp. And so we used this a lot when Silas was little. Digestive blend makes common sense, right? Just think about any sort of occasional issue you struggle with digestively. So might be stomach upset or bloating, gas, indigestion. It's going to help with all of that. And when I tell you what's in it, like peppermint, ginger, fennel, it's going to make complete sense to you as to why this works so well in those areas. You can just rub it topically, or you can take it internally. doTERRA even makes a capsule for it. But we use this a lot when traveling too, because first off, you never know what kind of food you're going to get and how that's going to impact your stomach. But it helps me. If you put me on a catamaran, I'm going to be leaning over the side of the boat in no time at all. But digestion can help make that trip a little bit more enjoyable for me. Oregano is one that you won't use often, but you'll be glad that you have it. So it's a really powerful antioxidant. It's great for the immune system. So if we've been around anybody who's been sick, we will use oregano with our family to make sure that we're supporting our immune system really strong. But it's not one that you use every day because it is so powerful. It's also great for cooking. Just put a drop of oregano in your water when you're making spaghetti to help flavor your spaghetti with a little Italian spice. So those are my top 10 essential oils. I can't even believe that we covered 10, but we did. Peppermint, On Guard, lavender, frankincense, breathe, deep blue, lemon, oregano, melaleuca, and digest zen. And these are all the ones that I consider to be must-have for everybody's home. Some of these are every day. You'll use them, and some are just when occasional issues arise, but you will be so thankful that you have them to help support your health quickly and safely in the comfort of your home. And the cool thing is these are really just pennies per drop. You don't have to worry about expiration or anything like that. And there's hundreds of uses with just these 10 bottles of oil. And so I hope that after this, even though it was a lot, maybe a little overwhelming, I hope that you're feeling somewhat more empowered to care for yourself naturally with essential oils and these core lifelong vitality supplements. And if you're hesitant or you just feel like this is just one more thing, I just encourage you to just fight that and to just take the plunge and commit to trying natural solutions for your family, because you're worth it. Your family is worth this small investment in your health. And really, we're only given one body, and the health and vitality of that body has a huge impact on the quality of our life. And so now that I've educated you about these oils, it's important that I share with you how to get them. And like I said, my kind of secret to getting them for the absolute cheapest price. Now, let me tell you, if you're just here to learn, I am so glad and thankful that you are here and you are making your health a priority. But I know that there's some of you that are so eager to invest in your health and bring these oils into your home. So I'm going to talk about how to do that in the best way. So let me just tell you what you're going to get. First off, you're going to get the tools that you need to support your family naturally in your home, and that's just priceless. In fact, I told you, I just don't even know what I did before I used these products in my home, because our family's health is just so different now. It's just changed and improved in such an incredible way. The second thing you're going to get is a personal mentorship with me and a network of people and resources that are here to educate you on how to use your oils. We just have this incredible partnership with a lot of people that, a couple years ago were just like you. They didn't know anything about oils, and they started using them, and then they just loved them, and they couldn't help but learn more about them and teach others about them. So we have this incredible network of people that we're partnered with that we're going to connect you with to help mentor you on this journey. And it's my favorite part, really, to support you. I love it so much. I even got trained through the Institute of Nutritional Leadership so that I can help you on overall wellness goals. And I just love that. I'm excited to partner with you in that way. And ultimately, you're going to get optimal wellness and energy that you need to feel your best. You are going to feel your best if you really take this plunge and invest time in your health and your family's health. So let's talk about how to get them for the absolute cheapest price. So doTERRA works similar to Costco in that it's a wholesale membership. So $35 is going to get you all of these incredible benefits. So you will get 25% off of retail of every single product that doTERRA offers, from their oils to their supplements to their skincare. It doesn't matter what it is, 25% off everything that you purchase. You're going to get a wellness consult, and this is where we kind of sit down and make sure that you know how to use your oils and come up with sort of a 90-day game plan. Ongoing support from me and my support network. You can participate in the Loyalty Rewards program, which I'm not going to go into much detail on, but just know that this is an awesome program that allows you to try one new product or oil each month and get free shipping and free products. Now, this is totally optional, but pretty much everybody purchases this way because the rewards are just incredible, up to 30% back plus free shipping. And we'll discuss this more when we're doing your wellness consult. And just know that, this is just $35, and $35 is nothing for the value of just my support alone, and you're getting all these additional savings on the products. And so really, it's an easy decision, but it gets even easier when I tell you that if you purchase a starter package, that $35 fee is waived, so your wholesale membership becomes free. And so let's talk about the starter packages. There's a ton of them. I am actually going to just show you my 3 favorite ones and the ones that are usually a fit for most families. I'm going to start with the best value, but what I want you to do is just choose what's best for your family's needs and your budget. And if you can't make that decision on your own, I'm happy to talk to you about which kit will be best for you. So the Natural Solutions kit, this one is for people who are ready to jump in. They understand the value of the core supplements. They understand the value of having toxin-free products outside of essential oils, whether that be skincare or digestive or, the On Guard hand soap or toothpaste. You're really ready to start making a big change and a big difference in your family's health. You want to get your hands on some of these other natural products. You can see all the incredible things that you get there. This is only $550 for all of this. 18 different essential oils, a beautiful, my favorite diffuser that travels really well and works for a really large room, the supplements, and then a lot of the additional products that doTERRA offers. And the cool thing is that you're going to save almost $200 when you get the Natural Solutions package, because you're starting out with everything all at once. And so that is definitely a great value for people who are ready to make that investment in their health. The next one is the Home Essentials package. Now, this one is the most popular, and you'll see why. It has my top 10 must-have essential oils. So lemon, lavender, peppermint, deep blue, digestion, breathe, frankincense, On Guard, oregano, melaleuca, they're all in there, plus a diffuser to start experiencing the benefits of those oils aromatically. So you can experience all the benefits of the oils that are on my top 10 list, and you get big savings. So you save, over $80 when you get this kit. Remember, everything you purchase after this is going to be 25% off. And this is the must-have for everyone. In my opinion, this is what you need to have in your cabinet to address, any occasional issue that comes up, but just support your family's health and wellness on a daily basis. The next one is the Family Physician Kit. Now, let me just tell you, these are the exact same 10 oils that are in the Home Essentials Kit, the ones we just talked about. The difference is this is sort of a sampling. So it's 5 milliliter bottles, which is about 80 drops. The Home Essentials Kit has about 3 times more oil in it, right? So, but this is great because if you're on a budget, frankincense is a really pricey oil, and that might be all you can afford. So what doTERRA did is they said, hey, we want people to experience all of these oils and be able to afford to have all 10 of them in their home. And so that's why they created this sort of kit that has the little sampling bottles of 80 drops, which is still a lot. These are going to last you a long time, of all of these oils. This one's $150. You're still getting that wholesale membership for free, but not really any additional savings. But let me just show you. So the Home Essentials Kit, the Family Physician Kit, they're the same 10 oils. The Home Essentials Kit is 3 times more oil, plus a diffuser for not even twice the cost, right? So that's why this one ends up becoming the most popular one, because of the savings. So let me just tell you, as a thank you for partnering with me on your health journey, I want to give you some free stuff, right? Who doesn't love free stuff? So anybody who purchases a starter package or gets their wholesale membership is going to get a free bottle of Citrus Bliss, which is one of my favorite blends ever, like top 3. It's diffusing right now behind me. It's just what I call my sunshine in a bottle. It's a blend of all these different citrus oils with a hint of vanilla, and I just absolutely am in love with it. So I want to give you that for free just as a thank you. And then if you get the Home Essentials or the Natural Solutions Kit, I'm going to give you $90 in freebies. So you're going to get an extra bottle of Breathe Respiratory Blend for free, because that one is, one that we go through a lot and most people do. Cardamom essential oil, Breathe Vapor Stick, which is an easy way for you to use the Breathe oil on your kids or on the go for you, and the Breathe Respiratory drops as well. Really great for the season that we're in, and even as we start to approach fall and winter, you are going to go through these really easily. And that ends up being over $100 in freebies when you get the Home Essentials or the Natural Solutions Kit, which is pretty exciting. So the other thing you're going to get is a personal membership overview. And this is where we talked about this invaluable one-on-one support from me to help you reach your wellness goals. We're going to develop a really personalized plan. I'm going to talk to you about how you can take advantage of loyalty rewards and get more savings and additional free product. We can do this on the phone or in person. And, you know, I travel a lot. I'm going to be in Kentucky this weekend. We're about to spend a couple weeks in North Dakota. So sometimes I can meet with you in person, and then especially if you're in Nashville area, we can definitely meet in person. And then sometimes that happens on phone or on a FaceTime or Skype call. Whatever it is, we will get connected and get you supported, and you'll have ongoing support as well. So I have to do this to you. And, you know, people always say, why do you set a deadline for your special offers? Well, the reason is because if you're like me, if nobody gives you a deadline, you don't follow through. So here is your deadline. Here's your motivation to really think about this and make a decision to support your family's health. The special offer, all of those freebies, ends at midnight on Wednesday, June 15th. You know when that is? That's tomorrow night. So I hope that you are paying attention. I hope you know that you will get the replay of this within the next hour or so that if you need to have your spouse watch it, or you just need to rewatch it to figure out what the best fit is for you, you can do that. And also you can email me, oils@halfwayholistic.com, and we can hop on the phone and figure out what's a great place for you to start. But June 15th is your deadline. If you are not ready to purchase right now, then go ahead and set a reminder for tomorrow so that you don't miss this. So I know that some of you are ready to invest in your health. And so I want to tell you exactly how you can order step by step. Super easy to get started. So you are going to go to halfwayholistic.com/webinar. halfwayholistic.com/webinar. And that is going to give you all the details that you need to order. Now, it's super easy to do, but I like to walk you through it step by step. And so it's all on that page. You're going to see all the different kit options, even the ones I didn't talk about, individual products. I'm going to explain wholesale membership, loyalty rewards. It's all in there along with my contact information. So go ahead and go to halfwayholistic.com/webinar to get the ordering information. Of course, if you're somebody who's like, I don't do online ordering, like I'm not going to type in all that stuff, just email me and we'll get on the phone and we can do it together over the phone, and I can walk you through it. Don't let anything be a barrier to you making this decision to support your family's health. And can I just say this? You can do this, right? I know it's feeling overwhelming, but trust me, I was in your shoes a few years ago, and it felt really overwhelming. And I just took it one step at a time. And those small steps that I took have led to big impact for my family, just beyond words, big impact. And so at Halfway Holistic, we are really all about having the courage to take those small steps that lead to big impact. So let's do this together. Let's do this together and get started. So I am gonna stop my screen sharing and get back to, yes, here we are. Okay, so I am just so honored that you would allow me to teach you about essential oils and that you would consider me partnering with you in your health. So I just want you to know that, yeah, you can do this. I don't know how else to say it, but this is going to be just the beginning of a really exciting journey for you. And so you can reach out to me at any time, oils@halfwayholistic.com, with any questions that you have, and I will get back to you with those. I know there's some questions that have been asked that I haven't been able to get to as well. oils@halfwayholistic.com. Just email me and we can discuss that one-on-one. I'd love to help you decide which package is going to be the best place for your family to start and figure out how we can fit all of this into your budget. this isn't something that I want you to break the bank for. I want you to be reasonable, because holistic wellness is about financial wellness as well. So make the decision that's right for your family, but get started someplace, whether it's the Family Physician Kit or Natural Solutions Kit. Just get started and take that small step towards health, and I'm going to be here to partner with you. So thank you so much for participating in this, and I look forward to getting to know you a little bit more and partnering with you on this journey, because that's the most exciting part for me. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, bye-bye.